I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This shift was a little rough. I didn't even take a lunch break, so let's recap it. Okay, I was supposed to be charge nurse for this shift, but when I showed up at 6 in the morning, they're like, actually, you're in an assignment, which was a little bit frustrating, to be honest, just because the bedside nurses don't start till 7. So I was kind of like, I'm here to do charge nursing, but like I'm also going to have an assignment at 7. Anyways, I still took report on the entire unit of patients because the plan was to eventually have someone come and relieve me from my assignment and I could go back to doing charge nursing. I did get a report on everybody, and then like I kind of was just in limbo, like, okay, I'm going to be starting my bedside shift at 7. So I did go and get some breakfast, and then at 7 I got report on my patient. I was just gonna have one patient, which was super nice. They were on CRT, so it was a 1-to-1. So I got into assessing them, checking their blood sugar. They had some labs due, had to do some oral care, turn them, peri-care, get all my stuff situated. I sat down and charted, and then I did a bed change on the patient and got them all kind of cleaned up. And I tried to put an OG tube in, but honestly, like I just couldn't. I was trying all the different tricks and different things, and it was not advancing in. The night shift was having a hard time, and then the patient started to get like some, a little bit of bleeding from the amount of times that we had attempted. So I was like, I'm just gonna back off. Yeah. So ended up not putting it in. Got orders to DC CRT around 9, so I took that down, gave my patient some more meds, had to turn the patient around 10, and then at 10:30 I gave the patient some more meds, I started the patient on some Precedex, and also did a central line dressing change. After that, assessed the patient again, did a blood sugar check, oral care, and then we put the patient on a CPAP trial. We were trying to see if we could extubate them, which is why I was not so concerned about trying to put the OG in, because I was like, this patient is really close to being extubated. Charted, and then my neighboring patient was super sick, so when I had any free time, I was trying to help out my neighboring nurse. And around 1, I was able to go back to doing charge nursing again. I touched base with everyone because I was like, hey, like haven't been charged all day, but I'm here now to help. So I try to help out where I could. And then we had quite a few sick patients. So helped with some labs, had to give some bicarb calcium D15 insulin on a patient. We had to take a really sick patient to IR, and that was the whole thing. Came back from IR. Helped give a nurse that was super behind a lunch break. And then we had to do some shuffling around for staffing and whatnot. So we kind of had to shuffle some nurses and some things around. Then a nurse called and asked if I could do an IV. So I put an ultrasound IV in for them. I spent the last end of my shift just kind of wrapping up the staffing for the nights / the day shift the following day. I had to contact a doctor about getting a patient out of the ICU because I was like, hey, we need this patient out for staffing tonight, and are you gonna put those orders in? So anyways, we got that situated, and then I gave a report, and luckily I was still out of there by like 6:20, 6:30ish. So overall, not a terrible day, but definitely not an amazing day, and I was quite tired by the end of it.